Days. We are live at the Tallahatchie RiverFest, downtown New Albany, Mississippi. And joining us now is Billie Jean Stroud, Director of Community Development and Main Street for New Albany Main Street. Billie Jean, thanks for coming on MidDays.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You bet. What a gorgeous Chamber of Commerce type day, as
Absolutely.
they say, right?
Yes.
Aren't we blessed with this?
Yes, if we get a little break in the heat, but I think it's coming back tomorrow.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
But hopefully it will be short-lived. The fall is more permanently just around the corner, my favorite time of year.
That's
so tell us about the RiverFest coming up here.
Well, this is our celebration of Faulkner's birthday. You know, William Faulkner was born in New Albany, Mississippi. Yeah. We claim him. It all started in New Albany. But it's a celebration for his birthday for the month of September. Okay. And we kick it off with, yesterday we had a literary luncheon where there was a competition across 43 countries and 50 states, and it was a wonderful event, and had people in from all over. Yeah. But tomorrow really kicks off the festivities with the marketplace on Bankhead Street. The streets will be closed. We'll have this wonderful Tanglefoot Plaza will be filled with food vendors and marketplace vendors as well. Okay. We have Case Knife Show that will be at the Magnolia Civic Center starting at 9 o'clock till 3. If you have knives that you want to trade or see what the value is, you can come in Case. We'll have some people here to evaluate that. Cool. And young kids can make a knife from scratch, so that's always a big pull for this festival. There's the Case Knife event. And, of course, later that night we will kick off music at 5 o'clock. We have Gary Burnside, blues musician in this area, that will kick it off. We have Justin Kirk and Company, who's a local band that have cut 3 new songs, and so we're looking forward to hearing those, as well as Ricochet and Doug Stone will be our headliner. Wow.
So, and when does it get started? What are the times?
Well, the vendor marketplace opens at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, on Bankhead Street. Mm-hmm. There is also a B&A run. Okay. So that kicks off at 8 o'clock as well. And then, so activities really are from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. And it's been going on a while, hasn't it?
This is about the 27th year for
awesome.
the Tallahatchie RiverFest.
Yeah, that is totally awesome. So how many people do you expect to be around?
Oh, I don't know. How do you count that?
I mean,
thousands. You know,
well, that's good. That works.
Yeah, thousands. It absolutely works. Yeah. But we also have a baseball tournament in town in the Cotton States, and I know.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Sure. Sam Creekmore will be speaking about that. But the town will be packed tomorrow, and the weather is supposed to be phenomenal. Yeah. A little hotter.
Yeah, but that's all right.
That's all right. People love it.
I think it's low humidity, though.
That sounds like my husband. That's what
you got to look at the bright side.
He encourages me. He says it's going to be low humidity, though.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Arizona in my business career, and would always talk about, in the middle of the summer in particular, how hot it gets out there. And people say, yeah, but it's a dry heat. I said, well, it's dry in an oven, too, but don't stick your head.
It is still hot, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be great, though.
Yeah, honestly. I do, too.
Yeah, so a lot better than rain, that's for sure. You don't want that.
Absolutely. Yeah. No rain. It messes up everything.
Great time of year to do events like this as well. All right, so what kind of impact does this have on the local community? I got to believe it's incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It is. People, I mean, we're looking at a generation, too, that really loves the outdoors. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So any festival, anytime they can get out and walk and see a new community, you know, they'll always drop some extra change.
Right. And I know we got the mayor and the alderman at large on later on in the program. Is this something they really look forward to?
Yes. I mean, I think that the whole community supports this. Okay. You know, we have a phenomenal museum, and Jill Smith's going to be on, I think, later, and I'll let her talk about the museum. But she kind of kicks off the festival from the very beginning of September with events at the museum, and then this is kind of the culmination of it, our music part of it.
And we should point out, that's an awful lot of work that goes on behind the scenes.
People have no idea.
No, and I appreciate that. Yeah. I just want to point that out. And it's a year-round deal, is it not?
I mean, it takes, yes, it's a year-round. And, you know, you'd like to think you had hundreds of volunteers, but you really don't. Yeah. You know, you've got a handful of people that put it on, but that's okay. We can pull it off. You know, people love it. And it grows every year. And it's just people look forward to September because they know it's going to be packed with events.
Billie Jean, what about people that are not local that come in and into the area, travel into the area? Is there a fair amount of those as well for the event?
Yes. Yes, I mean they just know it's a well done event and it's all free. I mean, how many times can you go to a free music concert with the quality of music acts that we have here? So yes, and of course the weather dictates everything.
Yeah.
So
right. Well, I got to tell you, until you talked about it, I was aware that William Faulkner, of course, was from New Albany. I was aware of that, but I didn't realize the connection to the event. How do you figure that in?
It's a celebration. They started it way before me, 27 years ago, but it's a celebration of his birthday.
Yeah.
And
that I didn't know.
Oh, yes.
That's cool.
Yes, and Faulkner was responsible for this Tanglefoot Trail.
Okay.
His grandfather had the railroad that the trail has been converted, to a Hall of Fame Rails to Trails conversion.
Okay.
But it's, he was in Ripley, and then we share his grandson's birth here. And, of course, Oxford claims him as an adult. So Faulkner's big in northeast Mississippi.
What do you think? Perhaps the mythical Yoknapatawpha County is really Union County?
Yeah, maybe so. You never know.
Who knows what William was thinking?
I tell my Oxford friends all the time. Y'all think Faulkner is all yours, but it all started in New Albany.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Without us, he might not have ever been.
Well, that's a great claim to fame right there.
But we've got a great community. New Albany's a great community. There's lots to do. We have 100% occupancy with our downtown on Main Street and Bankhead. Not many communities can claim that.
Yeah.
And then we have this fabulous trail, 44 miles, Hall of Fame trail.
Yep.
And it's unbelievable what that brings into this community.
And, of course, the Tallahatchie River included in the famous Ode to Billy Joe song.
I'm telling you.
How about that?
And Sam's going to speak about that as well, because he's passed some legislation about the Tallahatchie River.
Okay.
And so there's going to be a group that's going to be concentrated on seeing what that river can do for 8 communities.
That is really awesome.
So.
All right, so this connection, I'm just intrigued by this to William Faulkner, to the event. Are there other sort of attractions, literary attractions?
Well, the museum had, they had that, and until you actually go and listen to the poetry and they do short stories, poetry, and one-act plays, and people submit, their
works. Their products.
Yes. All over all over the United States, several countries. It's unreal.
So what that means is that there are people, as you say, all over the country and the world that are familiar with New Albany, Union County, Mississippi because of that connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, every time our name goes out to something like that, New Albany gets a little publicity.
Isn't it something how Mississippi's produced these fabulous artists like that?
It's musicians and artists, and
we're so blessed.
I'm telling you, in our little communities,
I mean,
people are going back to the basics.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Good.
The big city life, it's fun for a little bit, but you want to live, work, and play in a community.
And this is, I think, a great example of just how good the quality of life is in the state of Mississippi.
We've got phenomenal schools. We've got A-rated health care. We've got, it's safe. We've got great law enforcement, fire departments. We've got, great leadership in our mayor and board of aldermen. And when you have all that, it's just you're just up for success. That's
Sounds like the American dream to me.
Absolutely.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And we see the signals going on the railroad tracks. So here comes the train.
Here it comes, and you're going to be hearing it all day long.
But this was all part of the establishment of our country.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how we connected.
Absolutely.
The trains run through the middle of town like this.
And
there you go.
You're going to have to take a break. But anyway, that's all day long. But you know what it is? We're a railroad town. That's how we started.
Well, and they're shipping stuff.
Yes.
So that's good economic activity right there.
Exactly.
With the intermodal piggyback cars that we see going around there. So, but it's kind of neat.
There's a lot happening in this area. Northeast Mississippi. It's just phenomenal.
Observed it on the way in,
it's
honestly.
Beautiful.
And I read about it, hear about it, but observed it on the way in. I was talking about that, all the various facilities, distribution centers, and so forth. Fabulous medical center just outside of town here.
I mean, we've got it all here. I mean, when you add it all up, we've got the perfect place to come and live and play and work and anyway.
And growing.
And growing.
Yeah. That's
growing.
awesome. All right, appreciate it, Billie Jean.
Yes, you
Thanks
got some
so
great
much.
people coming up behind me that's going to,
We look forward to
Yeah,
it. Jill
that's great.
Smith's coming on at 10:50, but right now we're taking a break on Middays. We're in New Albany, Mississippi for the Tallahatchie